The Bitcoin price has reached $30,000 and in this video, I'll show you the chances of it going even higher, perhaps to $35,000 or more. Let's discuss the current rise and other important news in the world of cryptocurrencies. The rise in Bitcoin began yesterday evening, starting at $28,500 and by morning, the price had exceeded $30,000, showing a 7% rise in a few hours. From a technical analysis perspective, there is a triangle pattern that is mostly a continuation of the current trend and has fully worked for this figure. The price should rise to $31,000 for the complete execution of this figure. Also, there is good news for those who follow the mid-January parameter. We saw divergence on the daily chart that is a signal of a trend change. Currently, we see the breakthrough of this line, and if it is not false, Bitcoin is not yet ready for a correction. Additionally, attention should be paid to the altcoin zone index, which dropped to 14 points. This is a minimum since the beginning of the year, and Bitcoin's market share has reached a maximum of 47% this year. These two factors provide a clear coincidence with the behavior of the first cryptocurrency in the spring and summer of 2019 when the price rose by 300% from $3,000 to $14,000 in a few months. It is worth noting that on the weekly chart, Bitcoin is struggling with an important resistance level at $30,000, and if it succeeds, there is a clear path up to $37,000. The gaps on the Bitcoin futures chart on the regulated trading platform in the US look interesting, with 3 gaps in the price highlighted on the chart, and 2 previous gaps have been successfully closed around $20,000 and $29,000. The next gap is at $35,000 and serves as a magnet for the price. Although Bitcoin doesn't have to close these gaps, it has done so in most cases. Finally, crypto analyst Willy Woo's network metrics for Bitcoin show the formation of a bottom, which began last year and is now transitioning into a repetition. Bitcoin has already grown by more than 70% this year and has become the best asset in the world. However, there seems to be no clear reason for Bitcoin to break through $30,000 and continue to rise. The charts themselves do not provide sufficient incentive for people to buy, and there is a need for a catalyst. The only way to bet on Bitcoin right now is to anticipate good news about inflation in the US and future policies of the Federal Reserve. In yesterday's video, we discussed all possible scenarios, and the most optimal one has already played out. Therefore, it is necessary to closely monitor tomorrow's events to avoid being punished for excessive optimism. Please like and subscribe to help others see this forecast, and I will move on to the second part of the video. The head of the leading American cryptocurrency exchange, Coinbase, Vishal Gupta, has announced his departure. Before joining Coinbase, he led the Circle's USDC stablecoin division, and earlier worked at Goldman Sachs as a vice president. Gupta plans to stay in the cryptocurrency industry but will work on a new project. Rumors suggest that his departure may be due to regulatory investigations against Coinbase. Additionally, Binance is searching for a new bank partner as no one wants to collaborate with them, and their US branch has also encountered similar issues. These two news stories suggest that regulators are not slowing down, and it is only a matter of time before we hear about new allegations and lawsuits against cryptocurrency companies. Whether this will lead to a market crash depends on the nature of the claims and the regulatory rules proposed. For the latest cryptocurrency news, follow the Telegram channel linked below the video. The text discusses the new project by the Federal Reserve System, FRS, called FedNow, which aims to launch a digital dollar. While digital currencies are a new trend spreading worldwide, the US is currently hesitant to launch a digital dollar, and the FRS has not yet made a decision on it. FedNow is not a new currency but a payment system for instant bank payments. If the topic of a digital dollar arises, it will be discussed jointly with Congress and the President's administration. As the world adopts digital currencies, the US may become the most privacy-friendly country for your payments.